No, she says, the pleasure's all mine. And she kind of takes her teeth and goes, wow, and kind of does like a little purr to you.
Oh dear God.
This is getting very erotic.
Oh,
Dave's having a little way too much fun with this one.
No. No.
Are we sure we're not in a women's prison? What is that?
We're
It's been a
going.
while since we've had one of those movies.
We're going B-rated. She says, so Old Hell says, now we're going to head to Freeport, and this is what we're going to do. We're going to start off riding, and I'm telling you guys are part of the plan too. I don't want you to fail. I don't want you to die, because if you die super early, then that means we're going to have to go in there guns a-blazing, and then we're really going to have a problem. So you guys go in there, just be quiet. Make a little bit of noise, get the zombies to, attracted onto you. Run down the middle of town. The best bet's to run right down the middle of the town. Once you get to the middle of the town, you're on your own. Once you get on the other side of the middle side of town, once you get, like I said, once you get on the northern side, the southern side of town, you're ready to go, because you're going to start from north and go south. And once you get past, he's explaining, once you get past the center of town, the center town square, once you get to the south, you're on your own. And it's like, we ain't even going to look for you. We don't want anything to do with you. You're on your own. You're free. We don't want to hurt you. We're just trying to survive just like you, but it's the survival of the fittest out here, guys. And we are the fittest, and we are the Ghost Riders. So what we're going to do is when we get, these shambling corpses, they love noise, of course. So about a mile from Fairport, that's Fairport, DD, we're going to stop and we're going to walk in. We're going to let you, then once you get close, we're going to cut you loose, and you guys are free to walk in there. But my boys will be all around the outskirts of the town, so if you even try to run without going down the center of town, you'll get shot. Because it's only a DC of 4, boys.
Okay.
Oh my.
That was out of character. But it's just like Hell says, most of what they need is in the town center. Once you guys get past the center, keep going south, and then once you get a couple more blocks south after the center of town, you're on your own. And then he says,
all right, I think we got
once
it,
he says it won't take us long to get our stuff. You can take off, but if you screw me and leave before we get out of this town, I'll hunt you down. If we even get into the town, I'll hunt you down to the day that I guide. Do you guys got it?
Gotcha. You said that we're free to go once we get past the middle of the town. So
Couple blocks
how would you
south.
know that you've made it inside and done what you had to do. I mean,
A couple
we don't
blocks
have any way to
south.
signal you.
Henry's around here. Oh, we'll see you. Don't worry. We've got ways to see you. We got binoculars. Don't worry. We'll see you.
All right.
Plus, old Henry here, he's gonna be making the trip with you. But we got a little bit of insurance. It's gonna be staying behind. I'm gonna keep some of my boys here, and we're gonna keep Eleanor here. We're gonna keep this guy Puck here, and we're gonna keep this guy Cletus here. And you guys are the insurance policy. So, if you guys try to screw us, all I gotta do is radio back to the house, and you guys your loved ones are gone. Simple as that. So it's just like a little insurance policy, you see, so I know that we get what we want.
All right, I got you, Mr. Hale. All right, we'll be good.
All right, mount up. It's time to ride, boys. Let's go. So all these hogs, they start firing up all the engines and stuff on their bikes, and everybody gets on the back of one of the bikers' bikes. So
I'm gonna assume that they unshackle us first.
No, you guys are. They all have they have the high backs. No, you're fine. They have high backs. You guys can lean up against them.
I don't know if you know if Lawrence here or not.
Yeah, Lord.
I'm
Yeah,
here.
Lord's
Okay.
Lord's staying behind. So Lord is going to be staying behind. But yeah, I know he's here. Yeah, I just haven't had a chance to talk to Puck because were you sleeping or something, bud?
Yeah,
What in the hell is that on your
I
head?
normally sleep a little bit before the game, and I just slept a little bit too long.
That's okay, buddy. You gonna be able to handle the time, the zone difference
Yeah,
still?
no problem.
Alright. Alright. So as you guys start riding, it's about a 15 mile. It's about a 15 mile. It takes about 10-15 minutes. You guys are just starting to, travel down the road, and, Hell's riding in the lead. Whoa, listen to that bike. Somebody's revving it up. Well, Hell holds his hand up, probably about a mile away from town. So everyone starts to pull over on the side of the road. All right. All these guys start to go on. So as everybody pulls over, you can see that you guys are led to the front of the pack, and you can hear Hell talking on a walkie-talkie to the guys that basically are probably still at the house, or the ones, Hell's confirming that they're there and making sure that everybody at the house is still there, and they're saying everything's a go, and you guys can hear this going on the walkie-talkie. So he basically, turns to you guys and says, hey, like I said, the last time I'm going to say this, if you guys try anything funny, all I got to do is give the order to roll out, and the hostages are going to be killed. You guys are the bait, do your job, and you guys are going to be fine. So everybody starts to, Spiderbait comes up to Hell and tells him that they'll see them back at the rendezvous point, which is here. So you can see that Spiderbait and a couple of the guards are staying, well, a couple of the bikers are staying behind. Now everyone else, including yourselves, everybody is all walking forward, and they're pushing these bikes. They're pushing the bikes. They're not riding them. They're basically in neutral, and they're pushing the bikes ahead.
Okay, you don't want to make no noise.
Yeah, they just don't want to make any noise at all. So it takes about almost about another hour or so to get up to the edge of, gets to the edge of Fairport. And, there's one point where there's a couple guys ahead, kind of scouting ahead, and actually he was on a bicycle. So he comes riding this bicycle back, and he says, there's some shamblers up ahead. So everybody leaves the bikes on the street, and these about a dozen zombies or so shamble, from one side of the road to the other, and they kind of go off into the woods to the north. So a couple guys are in the woods to the north, start banging some metal together. So all of the zombies, they basically start following that noise. So everybody gets back onto the road, and you start to continue again. Then the other guys that made the noise, they met back up with everyone else. So you guys get to the town of Fairport, and you guys are sort of, the town is looming in front of you, and the town is sort of like in a valley past like an edge of the woods. So you're sort of on this valley, hill goes down through the woods, and then there's this valley where Fairport, so that's Fairport, DD. That's in the valley.
Freeview. Okay.
Exactly. It doesn't look that big of a town. It looks like a pretty small town. Henry looks
So
over
we're
at
getting
you.
a really wide view of it. Right?
Yes, exactly. So Henry tells you that there's about probably at least a couple dozen blocks, and in the center is basically where the police department is, the fire station. Pretty much everything is centrally located in the middle of the town. And he said he's been here a lot of times before. There's hardware stores, there's all kinds of stuff, And then Hell says, well, we're going to the middle of town, so like I said, you guys need to go a couple blocks south. So you guys are there, and you guys start to have all of the zip ties, the large zip ties that are holding your hands, binding your hands and feet. Well, those are all being cut now, and there's 30 bikers with M16s and shotguns and guns, basically, drawn on you. So, I hate to say it, but everybody's inventory is totally empty. All right, nobody has any inventory left. So Hell, he goes over to his bike and he grabs a wrench, and he throws it in the ground. Throws it on the ground in front of you guys, and he says, "This is what I'm giving you to help you get across the other side of the city." All right. So as you guys are kind of, looking down on the town, you can see, you can see the main street going, down the center of it. You can see that there's cars everywhere. I mean, parked everywhere. There's, you can see the different intersections as you look deeper into the town, because you have sort of like an overhead view of it, because you're looking down into that small valley.
Yeah, it's in like
you can see that there's a ton of windows broken. You can see that there's probably even a couple fires, because you actually kind of you smell it too. You know what I mean? And you can see some smoke off into the distance too. That's coming from the town itself. And you can also see zombies milling around inside of the town. There's quite a few of them.
Okay, just a single wrench is what's been given to us then, right?
A single wrench. And he says, "You're lucky that I'm feeling generous today."
It's Sam, Betty, either one of you want to wield this formidable weapon? I pick up the wrench and proffer it to their general director.
I would take it, but I can't even open my character sheet right now.
You don't necessarily have to put it up.
No, I'm trying to delete it because otherwise I'd be encumbered.
Well, you don't even have any stuff now, though. We don't have any inventory.
Yeah,
Nope.
I'm want to take it off my sheets.
What are you trying to take off? All the equipment?
Yeah. Can't even open my sheet. I click on the little portrait and nothing's coming up.
Really? Let me try mine. I'm getting mine for some reason.
I deleted all of the weights off of, just to get the bonus, the negative modifier off, and I'll also.
I got it working.
Okay.
So that's all you got to really do, is just kind of delete the weights of the stuff. That way you won't have any negative modifiers. You guys will be geared up again. So I did that for you also, Sam, so you don't have that negative modifier. Deshaun. See,
Well, I'm already sitting.
Yeah, you're sitting at 30.
So I'm not encumbered, so I'm fine.
All right. So, yeah, who's got the wrench?
Yeah, like I say, I'm going to offer it to them because I can take care of myself.
Yeah, if Sam wants it, he can take it. If not, I'll take it.
Sammy, you think you can wield this? It's a big wrench, right?
Dave, you took the weights off. You just check that box next to it, and that means you don't have it on you. Won't count towards your carry weight.
My bad. Sorry about that.
This so much fancy stuff.
I know. My bad. Sorry about that. I'll put the
That's
weights
good
back
for,
on
like,
there
if
for
you
you.
set something down, or
Right.
you
Yeah.
still have an ownership of it, but you're not carrying it.
Yeah, I'll put the weights back on there for you.
Pretty handy.
Yeah. All right. So let's see. I don't see anything about a pipe wrench. I guess we could just probably call it maybe a crowbar.
Yeah, that'd probably do about the same amount of damage, I don't think. I would imagine a D4 plus strength or something maybe.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it would be.
Isn't that what a knife is? I almost believe that's what a knife is.
I think it is, yeah. So you could just basically use the knife damage for that until I get a chance, and I'll go over and redo everybody's inventories for them
Okay.
after tonight. So, all right. So one more thing is I've got a handout for you, which is basically and at the last moment, Spiderbait, she emerges out of the crowd of bikers again, and her and Hell kind of embrace one another and just kind of watch you guys as you walk down the hill into the woods. And he basically says it's showtime, and he smiles and she smiles, blows you a kiss, Betty, and this is, oh my goodness, no way.
Until next time.
My image is not working. Are you kidding me? What in the hell? That is not cool.
What's the name of it, Dave?
It's Hell and Spider Laughing.
Oh yeah, I don't see them. Right.
Unbelievable. Here, I will load it in really quick.
Unbelievable.
It is truly unbelievable. How much you put all that time into that, and then it just shrinks up like that. Let's see. Oh my god. Alright, stand by. I have it. I'll have to just drop it in real quick. I hope it doesn't do this with every single image tonight, because if it does, I will not be happy. And I don't even have any.
Now I really want to see what Spider-Bait looks like, Dave. God, you're such a tease.
Right.
What do they call that thing? Is that a Prince Albert, or is the Prince Albert the one that hooks your nipples to?
Can't tell you.
I'm not too sure about that. I'm not too versed in that kind of stuff. So there you go. That's what.
Prince Albert is not a lady piercing.
Right. I didn't think so.
That's what
Yeah,
Hell
I don't
looks
wanna know
like.
what the really is.
I've already Googled image searched it. You're right. I don't want to know.
That's what those two look like.
Oh God.
Yeah, that's what they look like. So and there you guys go, walking down towards
It looks
Fairport.
better than I thought.
Great image.
Yeah.
Very pulpy.
Yeah.
Kind of modeled off the Walking Dead comic, it looks like.
Oh, is
is it?
that the style of that?
A little bit, yeah.
Never read it.
Me neither. All right, you guys are definitely at a pretty big disadvantage here. You guys are pretty much going into this town unarmed.
Yeah.
You guys.
My body is a deadly weapon, though, Dave.
Yeah, it is actually. Ask Hell's guys; they'll tell you. So as you guys start walking into the town, you guys are going to need to start. As you guys get to the entrance of town, you can see there's a sign that says, "Welcome to Fairport, North Carolina. Population 1,000. We're a shining community." It says, "We're a smiling, shining community" on the sign. So you can see that there's dozens of shamblers throughout the streets. They don't notice that you're there yet.
Okay. We're just going to be as quiet as possible for now, I suppose. I'll take point and kind of motion Betty and Sam and Henry. That's the group, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Motion
Betty,
them to stay close to me. And stay
You,
frosty.
Betty, Sam, and Henry. So all four of you guys are there. Puck, Cletus, and Eleanor's back at the place.
Sam, stay frosty. And I tussle your hair.
I can see Sam
He has to
saying,
be leaning forward.
"Mister,
when he
you're
says
totally
that, too, doesn't he?
creepy."
That's right.
So you guys can tell a lot of this town has been ransacked already. You know, you walk by a post office. You know,
These bikers weren't the first people to have these kind of ideas. It seems. I say
No.
under my breath.
Better they've been here before with other groups.
It really doesn't. But you know you're walking by a post office, and you know it's a small post office. Windows shattered. You know you can see that most of the post office boxes have been ripped open. There's all kinds of open envelopes on the ground everywhere, booklets of stamps everywhere. You can see that there's a hardware store as you start to go, and about 3 or 4 stores in. It's called McFreely's Hardware.
Hello, neighbor.
Hi, neighbor. Doors wide open. You know, there's looks like possibly. I mean, I don't know. It depends on what you guys are going to do. Remember, he was wanting you guys to run. You know, run through this place. You know, shouting and yelling and hollering and hooting. So
What's Henry's condition? I look at Henry and
Henry says,
supposed to
"Hey,
start running, Henry.
I'm ready. I'm ready for you. I just can't. I can't afford anything to happen to Eleanor.
All right.
She's
so
she's such a loving lady. Look at her, Dee Dee. She's such a loving lady.
I know she is, Eleanor. She's a damn good cook too, Mr. Henry.
I don't know
hate
about
to see
that.
anything happen to her.
You got lucky. She's a goddamn horrible cook, and I've had to deal with that for 30 years.
Well, you're her guinea pig, she
But
brought out her
I
best
still love her
skills
though.
for Oh, Henry, don't be so hard on
The
her.
woman burns goddamn stovetop stuffing and macaroni and cheese to the pan. She can't cook.
All right, Miss Henry. But I think you're gonna probably be the slowest one. No offense meant, but I mean you're a little bit more advanced in age than the rest of us. So let's all run through the center of town and start hooting and hollering.
Well, let's check this hardware store real quick.
This guy's got his
This
eyes on us.
old
You think he'll be
McFreely.
okay?
What's he gonna do? He ain't gonna shoot us. He ain't
He can
stupid
shoot your
enough.
wife, Mr. Henry.
Yeah, no, that's true. But
Yeah, but also if there are shamblers inside
Alright.
the hardware store, he can
You
draw
got-
them out.
I'll catch up. You guys start. I'll catch up.
Okay.
And he runs into the hardware store, man. He runs in, knocks over
gonna
a
wait
trash
for him.
can. So he's in there for about. Are you guys starting to like kind of proceed down the street a little bit?
I'm
Cautious.
actually going to walk over to the post office to one of the windows and take a shard of glass.
Oh, I like it. Okay, plenty of long saber-toothed tiger. Long.
I'm just
type
here
of
in this
shard
intersection. I don't know
glass,
what
huh?
Sam's doing. I'm looking around. I'm staying as frosty as possible, Dave.
Yeah.
Fist at the ready.
You guys are to that first intersection. Betty, you got your glass, and then all of a sudden you hear a couple pieces of glass shattered, and all of a sudden you see the old man, God, Henry's coming out and got a couple crowbars in his hand.
Oh, hell.
And out of the zombie behind, out of the this hardware store behind him, comes a couple zombies that are. It looks like they're clerks from the store, and they're going slow. They're not, they're not running.
Okay.
They're just normal shamblers. Their arms sticking out, trying to grab them for flesh. And so now it's on, man. Henry's in a dead sprint. He's like, let's get the hell out of here. And
All right,
he's got a couple
look at
crowbars.
Sam, you gonna run too, Sam? I'm making sure Sam. I don't want Sam to get hurt.
Yeah.
For reference, how shall we say fresh are these things?
Oh, the zombies?
Mhm.
Oh, they're ripe. I mean, their clothes are all dirty. It's been weeks since it's probably been 3 weeks now since the
Well, I mean,
The
you don't know
outbreak-
if they turned
outbreaks?
then or
No, they
if
look
it's
like
sitting
they've
in the
been
sun or
ripe.
if they just turned.
Yeah, it's like you're in town. The town smells like it's ripe too, so you can smell just death all around you. So yeah, Henry's in the intersection. He hands Dee Dee a crowbar and also hands Sam a crowbar, and pat Sam on the head, and he goes, "Can you handle this thing? It's pretty heavy." And he goes, "We gotta go. They're coming." So Henry, man, Henry beelines.
Look at that old man go.
Yeah.
We got to catch up with him, Sam. Come on, Betty, Sam. We got to run. Ah! I'm screaming, hollering.
So yeah, as you guys are starting to scream, you can see zombies in front of you. They're starting to and turn around. You can, as you guys are, a couple blocks in now, you can see that the zombies are, coming off of the side streets as well.
Well, to answer your question from earlier, yes, I do run with you.
Okay. Thanks, Sam. I hold your hand.
So what do you guys want to do? Do you guys want to keep going? I mean, there's it's up to you guys. You guys are
I'm
running
kinda worried
south.
about Eleanor. I don't want to really deviate too far from the plan because I feel like these guys. I thought Eleanor was already dead, but knowing that she's back alive and stuff, I really don't want to see that old lady come anymore because she was really nice to me. Somebody she just met in these kind of circumstances. So I'm gonna just keep going straight down the road, hollering and making all kinds of ruckus. I'm gonna try and avoid these zombies that I see in front of me, but if I can't, I'll pull out my fist of fury and handle it the best way
Depends
I
on
know
what
how.
I see along the way.
And I'm keeping my eye out for alleyways, alcoves, just in case we need to make a quick
Right.
sideswipe.
Yeah, there's
I don't
a
want Henry to die either. I'm trying
there's
to keep
a
up with him.
there's a pretty massive amount of zombies in front of you. You're probably gonna have to dip
Really?
down
Okay.
one of these. Probably have to dip down one of these alleys. That's what you would
That's,
probably have to do.
Henry, we got to turn around. We got to turn. We can't run straight into this swarm. There's no way we're going to avoid them. Let's go to the left here. I
Alright.
dip into the first left running passageway that I see.
All right. So everybody dips into this in this aisleway. Not an aisleway, but like an alley. So as you guys are just starting to dip into this alleyway, you can start to hear like a sound like a helicopter.
Oh shit!
And after about 15 to 20 seconds, you guys are kind of looking at each other. What in the hell is going on? And you can start to see that there's debris starting to fly around out in the main drag there. And you can actually see that there's an Apache helicopter that just streaks by. I mean, it streaks as it's low over the town, and it's basically strafing the streets with machine guns. I mean, you can just hear like just Gatling guns going off everywhere, and you can see the rounds hitting the ground and shredding these zombies in half. And these zombies, this whole massive blob of zombies that were just fixing to run down this alleyway towards you guys was just basically cut in half.
Wow.
And you saw this it's like one of those Apache helicopters just streak
Like
real
Airwolf or
close.
something.
Yeah. Michael, can you hear me, Michael? Oh, that's Kid from Night
That's
Rider.
Kid.
Never mind.
Yeah, I don't think Airwolf had any kind of a.
This thing streaks by. So nobody gets hit with anything. You guys dipped off, which is good. If you didn't dip off, you guys were gonna have to get hit. I would have to say you probably would have been hit. So the helicopter makes a pass. About 30 seconds later, makes another pass, and you guys are hey, wow, whatever. And the helicopter
this is
just
why I wanted a flare.
it doesn't hear you, nothing. And the helicopter just kind of goes off into the distance and just fades out.
What in the fuck was that?
It was definitely a military helicopter because it had painted camouflage and whatnot.
Sam, they some kind of they somebody somewhere got some sort of organization going on. That ain't some damn bandits or nothing.
Well, and they didn't act in a bandit fashion. There was
They
no
sure
looting.
Do we see which direction that helicopter beelined off to, Dave?
Yeah, the beeline came from north, from south to north, and then went from north to south, and then you could see it taking off back towards the west.
Towards the west.
Yes,
Okay.
towards the west.
Right. I don't have any idea about army bases or nothing.